All right, we're going to be talking about multiplication properties of exponents. First of all, right now we're just going to be multiplying monomials, okay? So a monomial, mono means one. So it's one term, okay? So in general, what that means is a monomial does not have any addition or subtraction, right? So when we combine like terms, remember all the different terms are by subtraction and addition. So for instance, -5, yep, that's a monomial. P plus Q, that is not a binomial because this is 1, 2 terms. X, in general, that's a monomial. C over D, yep, still a monomial. A, B, C to the 8th over 5. Is there any addition or subtraction? Nope. So, yep, that's a monomial as well. So all of those are monomials except for this P plus Q. All right. In general, when we're talking about multiplying, dividing, all this good stuff with exponents, let's just take a squared. So a is your base. The squared part is your exponent. Okay? Now let's actually get into some of them. All right, product of a power. Product of a power. So this is what a product of a power looks like. In general, if you have like bases and you're multiplying, you add up the exponents. Okay, so what that looks like is x times a, or x to the a times x to the b. So they have like bases. These are our bases. So we keep the base, and then we add our exponents. So a plus b. That's what our result is going to be. Let's actually do some problems because it makes more sense when you see it in action. All right, so they have like bases. Both of them are 4, so I keep the 4, and then I add my exponents. So 5 plus 3, so 4 to the 8th. Now, they could straight up just say 4 to the 8th, or we can actually simplify 4 to the 8th. 4 to the 8th power is this big old number, 65536, so 65,536. So you could technically see it either way. All right. We're multiplying. We have like bases. So my x is the like base, so I just keep the x. And then I add my exponents, 2 plus 3 plus 4. So that's 5, 9. So x to the 9th. All right. And the reason is, if you think about it, x squared is just 2 x's, right? X to the 3rd is 3 x's. X to the 4th is 4 x's. So all we do is count them up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have 9. So that's why it's x to the 9th. These are just kind of shortcuts. All right, if you have coefficients, you start by multiplying them. 2 times 8 is equal to 16. And now I have like bases in my x's. So I add my exponents, 4 plus 2. So that would be 16x to the 6th. All right. Last one for this kind. -3 times -8 is a positive 24. And then x's, I'm going to put my x's together. Now make sure you're careful. If it just has an x like right here, you need to put that 1. Do not forget it. So this is x, 8 plus 1. And then my y's, 2 plus 7. Okay, so be careful. Your x's we're putting together, and the y's are separate. Now we simplify. 8 plus 1 is 9. 2 plus 7 is 9. Alrighty. All right, the other kind that we're going to be looking at are product of a product, or power of a product. So power of a product. Power of a product. In general, if you see power of a power, you multiply. So power to a power, we multiply. What that looks like is this. X to the A, all to the B. So x to the A, all to the B. That becomes XA times B, which is just the same thing as XAB. Okay? So let's do some problems with this. So 3, we take our base, which is 3, and then we multiply our exponents, because this is 3 to the 5th all to the 2nd, or all squared. So we take 5 and 2, and we multiply them. So 5 times 2. 5 times 2 is 10. And then once again, this is a number, so we could actually simplify that further. And this would be 59049, so 59,049. Both of these are correct. Okay, let's do the next one. Y squared all to the 4th. I take my base, power to a power, I multiply. So 2 times 4. And so this would be y to the 8th. And now, once again, the reason of this is, so y squared, it's saying y squared 4 times, right? Because sometimes you just have to stop and think, what is it asking me? So this is y squared 4 times. Y squared is the same thing as 2y's. So now, if I just count them up, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 y's. So that's y. All right, if they've got a lot happening, as in it's more than just one variable, you need to break it up. So this becomes 3 to the 3rd. Put your 1 there. This is a to the 1st to the 3rd. And this is b to the 4th to the 3rd. Now we can go ahead and simplify. 3 to the 3rd is 27. And then power to a power, we multiply. So this is a, 1 times 3, b, 4 times, oops, not 4 times 3, which would simplify to 27. A, 1 times 3 is 3. B, 4 times 3 is 12. Okay, last one before your practice problems. Okay, this is all in the parentheses, so I go ahead and break this up into -5 squared, x to the 3rd squared, and y to the 4th squared. All right, -5 times -5 is a positive 25. Power to a power, I multiply, so 3 times 2, and then y 4 times 2, which simplifies to 3 times 2 is 6, 4 times 2 is 8. All righty. Here are your practice problems. I know there are a lot of them, but they go by pretty quickly. You just have to simplify it all the way. The first one, though, is just yes or no. Is 3x squared over y to the 4th, is that a monomial? Otherwise, you're simplifying all of these.